left guard week 9. Now they don't have Alex Kappa in this divisional matchup. Their right guard with Aaron Stinney making his first NFL start. Third-year pro out of James Madison. On third down, this is downfield and off the hands and incomplete of Rob Gronkowski. It's 3 and out.
Pretty good job up front by this offensive line, giving Brady enough time, and they get Gronkowski out in the route. He's got a step just off his fingertips, just overthrows him just enough. You remember Rob Gronkowski?
Okay, full disclosure here, just in the sake of transparency, you do see Gronk here get his arm pulled down before the ball gets to him. That is pass interference. The refs do miss this call, and the Buccaneers end up punting here at 3 and out. They don't score. So they did miss one call for the entire game that hurt the Buccaneers and helped the Saints. The Saints get the ball here. Should have been Buccaneers' ball, and they probably score a touchdown on this drive if they do call the pass interference correctly. So this is the one play that they messed up that didn't help the Bucs for the remainder of the game. Every other call that's messed up is going to help the Bucs and hurt the Saints.
Gets one here on third down. They come up empty. Pinion. End over end. Deontay Harris, a big part of their offense now, gets popped. Survives the hit and now has some room to run. Big return by Deontay Harris, still rolling. Harris is down at the 20. No flags on the field.
New Orleans over the year has been really good. But Tampa Bay, if they're able to make a stop, it's a big win for them.
Here's one to the end zone. It is incomplete. Sanders was, and that's Thomas rather, out of bounds when he corralled that with one arm. Both officials looking at each other, and it was the back judge who came in and said Michael Thomas was out of bounds when he made this catch, and he was.
That sure was. The left knee goes. That's a heck of a catch there by Michael Thomas, being able to haul that in. When he turned it loose, I didn't think he had a chance at all.
Okay, so a couple things here on this one. Michael Thomas is clearly getting grabbed on his arm as the ball is in the air coming to him for the touchdown. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but that contact is illegal contact. But, you know, the ball in the air right there with him in the end zone should be pass interference. Saints should have the ball at the 1 yard line. But, you know, putting this aside, he catches the ball and he puts 1 foot down and then his shin hits down and then his second foot goes out of bounds. I don't want to go read through the rule book right now, but I thought if you get a foot down and a shin down or a butt down or something like that, you didn't have to have 2 feet. I thought there was another body part, like a forearm or I don't know what the rule book says. I thought that should have been a touchdown. And even forgetting that, so forget the fact that the refs didn't make the right call. Forget the fact that the Saints should have the ball first and goal on the 1. Forget the fact that he caught the ball and got a foot and a shin down in bounds. And they call this incomplete and the Saints kick a field goal. He's literally inches away from making the catch and the Saints go up 7-0. And, you know, you'll just see over the course of the game that they're going to continue to take points away from the Saints by not making the right calls. And I know that they missed it on the Bucs too from the first drive of the game. But they're going to do it more to the Saints than to the Bucs. You know, you can't say that we missed 1 call on the Bucs, so now we're going to miss 15 calls to help the Bucs. That's not balanced. That's not fair. That's not parity. That's not equal. Everybody says, oh, it goes both ways. 1 versus 15 isn't both ways. You know what I mean? Like 1 PI call that they missed that helped the Saints and hurt the Bucs isn't the same as the 15 other calls that they're going to help the Bucs with and hurt the Saints. The Saints end up losing the game by 10 points. And here's 4 points right here off the board that the Saints probably get if the right call is made. And despite that, forget the right call being made. My whole point of making this video is just to prove to you that Tom Brady is not the greatest quarterback that ever lived, because these are the things that affect the outcome of the game, not Tom Brady. Tom Brady's not even on the field when this is happening. This is the reason why the Saints don't win the game, because of plays like this, and they add up over the course of the game. There's a lot of them.
And being able to make a play on it, brings it in with one arm. That's a big time stop defensively to hold this offense to just 3 points if they're able to make this field goal.
Lutz has struggled of late. They have to get this away. Play clock at 2. And Lutz able to knock it through from 23 yards away. Drew Brees set up after the big return by Deontay Harris. Missed a chance down close. 3-0 Saints first quarter. The Saints, who led the NFL in red zone touchdowns scored this year, are held out of the end zone by Tampa Bay's defense with a good piece of work. From the 25. Second possession, and they start again with a run by Fournette. Picks up 4 where Marcus Davenport made the stop.
In the secondary, make Brady hold the ball a little longer than what he'd like at times.
2nd and 6, and this one is incomplete.
In Dennis Allen's scheme.
3rd down and 6. Brady is sacked. They got him 6 times during the regular season, and they get Brady here as Davis and Davenport combine a loss of 9.
And they don't handle the twist very well. You got Ali Marpet. You see he gets banged around. Donovan Smith over there. They run a game.
And they get him here early. Pinion may want to be a little more careful with Harris. Harris shakes a couple of tackles and is loose again. Deontay Harris. Flag is down. Pinion can't make the tackle. Harris is to the end zone and a touchdown for the moment. But a flag is down. This one for 67 yards, but will it stand? Smith and O'Connor missed tackles on that return by Deontay Harris. It looks like it's coming back.
During the return, illegal block in the back, receiving team number 34. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. New Orleans ball, first down, timeout.
Against backup corner Justin Hardy. Wrong number, which put our production truck into an absolute frenzy. But it's against Carl Granderson right there for that block in the back of the backup tight end Tanner Hudson. It negated this. I mean, Deontay Harris, who was so good catching passes last week, shows how shifty, quick, and fast he really is.
Well, it shows you why Sean Payton wanted to put him on offense and get him more involved this year and some of the things that they were doing. And yeah, he had a huge game.
Okay, so here's what gets me about this play right here. This one was one of the worst ones, simply because you're going to see here the return man is going to beat everybody on the field. He's too fast. No one's going to stop him. And he scores a touchdown that would have put the Saints up 14. Had they called the correct pass interference on the previous series, but they didn't. So now not only did they lose out on 4 points in the last series, now they're going to lose out on this touchdown on this series. Not because Tom Brady is so good that Tom Brady stopped them from scoring a touchdown. Not because Tom Brady is so good that his defense stopped them from scoring a touchdown. Not because Tom Brady is so good that he scared them into scoring a touchdown, but then deciding, we better get a penalty here because we're scared we're going to win the game because we're better, but Tom Brady's better, so that doesn't make sense. So we're in a black hole where nothing makes sense, so let's just not get this touchdown. The reason why they called the touchdown back was for not any of those reasons, but because of a block in the back on a guy that had no chance of even taking this guy down. So if that block in the back doesn't happen, which it didn't need to happen, it didn't create the touchdown. Like it just happened, and it was irrelevant to the play. Dude was going to score no matter what. The guy that got blocked in his back wasn't going to stop him. No one on that team was going to stop him. He was way too fast. And the situation becomes the Saints don't get the touchdown that the dude just scored, and they get held eventually to a field goal because the defense at that point stops everyone else from scoring. Not Tom Brady. He didn't stop everybody else. The defense did it. There's other guys on the team, but other than Tom Brady, which a lot of people don't understand. Everybody thinks that Tom Brady is single-handedly winning these games. And as you can see, it's special teams. This special teams play, which was a mistake by the Saints blocker, he made the mistake of blocking a dude in the back that wasn't even going to stop the return man. So that was his mistake. That wasn't something that Tom Brady did from the sidelines. Tom Brady wasn't on the field for this. This is the reason why the Saints don't win the game, because of plays like this, not because of Tom Brady. Tom Brady is not the greatest quarterback that's ever thrown a football. He's just been very lucky a lot of times. He's good. He's good, but he's not the greatest. And videos like this show you why his teams win the game. Not because he's the greatest, but a lot of other reasons, which it's on tape. You can't deny it.
Flag is down.
Oh, that was close. That was close. Well, it's in the backfield there. I mean, Kamara, he was going to be one-on-one with the safety if he had been able to keep his feet.
See if he got tripped.
That's what I thought, but where the flag was, I wasn't sure if that's what the call there. Yeah, absolutely.
Tripping. Defense number 90. This 10-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
That's probably the best penalty that Jason Pierre-Paul's ever had, because if he doesn't get that leg out, it's one-on-one, and I tend to like Alvin Kamara in that matchup.
All right, so here is another clip of video showing you why the Saints lost the game, and Tom Brady is nowhere to be found. He's not on the field. He's on the sideline, and he's not controlling the game with his mind. He's not a magician. He's not a warlock, and he's not the greatest player ever to play the quarterback position. So as you can see from this video clip, which I have not doctored or altered, Jason Pierre-Paul trips Alvin Kamara, who's jumping through a hole with nobody in front of him, and he is going to race for a touchdown like Alvin Kamara does. If you watch football, you know that this is what Alvin Kamara does. You've seen him score 6-7 touchdowns in a game. He is a scoring machine. But Jason Pierre-Paul knows this. He knows that no one's going to stop him, so he trips him and saves a touchdown. And again, the Saints end up kicking a field goal on this possession. They were already robbed of 7 points by that little bootsy-ass block in the back penalty that was insignificant, if it was even a block in the back. I mean, I guess he did. Maybe he barely touched him. The Buccaneers are doing a lot of touching, too, in this game, and they're not getting penalties called on them. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Certainly, you can see by the video that Alvin Kamara is going to score a touchdown. There's no one in front of him. He has a full head of steam, jumping through the gap. No one there to stop him. He gets tripped. Touchdown saved. And thank you to Jason Pierre-Paul for winning the game for you, because it wasn't Tom Brady. It's the defense. It's the defense. It's the special teams. You know, everybody wants to give all the credit in the world to Tom Brady. Give Tom Brady the credit he deserves for what he does. Don't give him extra credit for what he doesn't do. You can't take a whole team, a whole coaching staff, trainers. You know, you can't take all the hard work of all the people involved collectively that it takes to win a game and just say, no, it was just Tom Brady. He's the best. That not only is that not true, not only is it not factual, it's not accurate. It's lazy. It's lazy. Like I'm sitting here for 5 hours breaking down this film, showing you play by play exactly what's happening, why it's happening, and, you know, freeze framing for you, slowing it down, showing you the evidence. And it takes a lot of work to give you, you know, thoughtful, detailed, and accurate analysis. It's very lazy to just ignore all of that, ignore everything that happened, ignore all factual reality, and just say, they won because Tom Brady's the best. That's dumb, that's lazy, and it's just simply not true. You got to be better than that. You got to be better than that, or just, you know, start boycotting oxygen and water because you're wasting it.
JPP, only Pro Bowler on this Tampa Bay defense. It was number 6 in the league during the regular season. A lot of pressure on the young secondary they have. Their strength is in their front 7. Toss to Kamara. And a good run. See where they mark him.
They've been heavy zone coverage here in this first quarter.
Here's Kamara, stumbles, is able to lunge, reach, and it looks like get the first down.
Looks like he got just enough. There he's. You see it comes out from underneath him. He tries that jump move and.
Okay, here's another one. And you know I'm just being facetious here. but I'm in my zone right now, man. So Alvin Kamara slips and he falls, and he still picks up the first down, but he could have had a big gain right here. But he slips and he falls. And again, these are the reasons why the Saints can't get ahead in this game, is because nothing is going their way. And you let a Tom Brady tell it, and nothing is going the Saints' way because of Tom Brady. You got Tom Brady on the other side of the field, so of course nothing's going to go your way because he's the best. So you have to slip and fall. There's no other option. Like, there's no other possibility in an infinite universe other than Alvin Kamara slipping and falling right there, simply because Tom Brady's on the other team. If Tom Brady wasn't on the other team, then XYZ, whatever. I mean, any stupid argument you could think of, that's what you're going to hear when you're trying to talk sense into somebody that thinks that Tom Brady's the GOAT. Like, nobody understands that people don't win games because of fate, and that's the only option, and this team is the best team, or this player is the best player, so they had to win, and there was no other possibility. You can't talk to these people because they are retarded. They are retarded. I know we're not supposed to say that anymore in this era, but those people are dumb as fuck. They're retarded. You can't argue, truth and logic with people, because you see the video. We all saw Alvin Kamara just slipped on his own, and we all know that that's a bad thing. We all can see that that's not helping the Saints. It doesn't help when you slip and fall and you're not executing. But when you're talking to someone that thinks that Tom Brady's the GOAT, they're going to say, oh, well, of course he slipped and fell because Tom Brady. Duh. Like, it makes zero sense in reality. We know that he just slipped and fell just because. Tom Brady had nothing to do with it. We know that. But we're crazy because logic and facts and, like, common sense. But we're crazy.
Buccaneers still looking for their first down. An opportunity here for the Saints up 3. Handoff to Kamara. Devin White out there to spin him down with a gain of 1.
The jet sweep, and it gets the defensive front running, and you just try to wear them down a little bit.
Balanced as well. Pass is incomplete for Cook, with Jordan Whitehead closing fast.
And so much shuffling at the wide receiver position.
Breeze is going to have the pass batted down. And that is what defensive coordinator Todd Bowles talked about.
Get him to the ground.
Lutz knocks it through from 42. Jason Pierre-Paul, the Pro Bowler, made that last play. 2 field goals, 6-zip. Saints on top.
I think these announcers are confused because they're just saying, like, how the defense is making all these plays, but that's not what I'm seeing on TV and on the internet, because everybody on TV is saying that Tom Brady wins games. Everybody's saying that Tom Brady won. Like, how could the defense have made those plays if Tom Brady's winning these games? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me at all. If Tom Brady's winning these games and no one else has any influence on the game, his teammates don't do shit, his teammates don't stop the other team, how are they making plays? Why are there so many guys on the field making plays? Like, it's just Tom Brady the way I hear it.
Tampa Bay's run 6 plays. They have 1 yard to show for them. Getting beaten up front so far in this one yet again. Ronald Jones in the ball game. Brady looks his way, incomplete with Anzalone.
Here they are at the bottom, locked up. Now he's getting a little help from the safety.
Here's Ronald Jones coming off a career year. On 2nd down and 10, he picks up 8. 3rd down and 2. Jones gets brought down. Looks to be inches short of a first down. Malcolm Jenkins got through there and made the play, and it is 4th down. Brady is going to take it and get it. First down, Tampa Bay. Brady's over 90% in his 21-year career on 3rd or 4th and 1, picking up first downs. Nice carry here by Fournette.
Making your first NFL start in the divisional playoff round.
Here's a nice cut by Fournette coming off a big game against Washington. Picks up 8 and a first down. They fake it to Brown and now air it out downfield. It is incomplete, no flag. Evans covered by Lattimore.
Well, that's the first deep shot. We'll see plenty more of those before this one's over.
4 straight incompletions now for Brady. Throws a bullet over to Antonio Brown. I mean, he didn't give Brown a chance to make that catch. It'll be 3rd down and 10 as a couple of players get into it on the Saints sideline. Third down and 10. They're going to shut this play down, which is bad news for Tampa Bay because that ball was completed to Evans. Makes it 3rd down and 5. Quick throw to Godwin, and he's got a first down. Anzalone brings him down at the 35.
A lot of times when they go extra lineman, they want to block it up and take a shot. They got a first down, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Extra protection.
Instead, they play it the conventional way and run it with Ronald Jones for 2. First quarter in the books. Brady and Breeze, not much offense. 6-0 Saints. Back after this from your local Fox station. 2nd down and 8. Brady throws. Brait on the receiving end. Takes it inside the 20.
And they've been able to do that.
Brady on 3rd and 2. That's incomplete for Gronkowski.
And that's just a good job of defense. So both offenses get down here into the red zone, and the defense is able to make big stops.
Suckup hit 4 field goals against Washington last weekend. 1 for 1 today from 26, and the Buccaneers are on the board. 6-3 early second quarter.
Exceptional, so they lose a great returner, but they also lose an impactful offensive receiver.
Kamara on first down gets 11. So the Saints are without Latavius Murray, who is a terrific backup to Kamara. And without Taysom Hill, who does a little bit of everything for their team, and now Deontay Harris back out with a neck injury. And there's Taysom Hill, who does everything, and as Tom talked about, a big part of the 2 wins by the Saints this season over the Buccaneers. 2nd and 9 now. This one's picked, intercepted by the Bucs. It's Murphy bunting down the sideline. He is going to be marked out at the 3. An interception by Sean Murphy Bunting, his 2nd of this postseason, and that is instant life for the Buccaneers.
Man, I'll tell you, Sean Murphy Bunting was beat. He was beat, but because of the route, Michael Thomas is just going to the flat. Had he have been running an out and up or anything down the field, there's nobody there. There's no help from the safety. But he got beat off the line, and he undercut it and makes a heck of a play on the ball. I mean, that's this secondary at times have had some tough times in some of the games this year. But boy, they needed a play, and they were able to come up with it. That's a heck of a job.
Okay, so right here, you're going to see a lot of contact from the defender on Michael Thomas. They're bumping each other at the line of scrimmage, which is fine. You could do that. And they're bumping each other pretty much within a few yards of the line of scrimmage, which is fine. You could do that. But once the ball is in the air, once Drew Brees is going to Thomas for the pass, I don't think the defender could be grabbing him like that and pushing him like that when the ball's in the air. So he pushes him off and then gets to the position to make the interception, and there's no call there. And then he's going to go grab him by the face mask and pull down on his face mask, and there's no call there either. So the referees are just going to allow the Buccaneers to do whatever they want. The defense already is playing lights out as it is, and on top of that, we're gonna allow them to break the rules and not call the flags on them, and so they can just get a pick and then get down to the 3-yard line and get an easy touchdown, instead of the Saints retaining possession and moving down the field and trying to add to their lead. So the game is just artificially being swayed one way. Why do the refs sway the game one way? Because Tom Brady's the best. But if Tom Brady's the best, why does he need so much help from the refs? Because he's the best, so they want to help him because they know he's so good. That's the logic that I'm dealing with these people, man.
From the 3, Brady throws, pass caught, Evans touchdown.
Back on left 54. We're waiting. Shut.
Hurst still at left tackle. The pass is broken up, and that play is made by Davis. Carlton Davis, who missed the final 2 weeks of the regular season with a bad groin.
Well, now Tampa, as we talked about earlier, that they had played a little zone there in that first quarter and expecting a lot of man. Now they come up and they're challenging them. They got the make them hold it a little bit of a tick longer, challenge these receivers.
Pass caught by Cook. Tackle immediately made by Murphy Bunting, who's obviously all over the place. A gain of 3. Third down upcoming.
From New Orleans, dropping in and playing disciplined, doubling up Michael Thomas.
Kamara on first down gets 5.
Mike 5-4. We're waiting. Shut.
The second down pass to Kamara. Strong tackle by Devin White.
There with Levante David and himself as anyone.
Breeze takes it, gets it. First down Saints. Well, now they've got Winston lined up wide to the outside and a direct snap to Kamara. Now Winston. Now Traquan Smith. Flag is down. Smith is into the end zone for a touchdown. But a flag came out early. Right now, it's a 56-yard touchdown from Winston to Smith.
Number 74 reported as eligible and lined up on the end of the line of scrimmage. Therefore, there is no foul. The ruling on the field is a touchdown.
Well, Sean Payton has told us, Troy, many times, his players want to know he's up until 1 in the morning devising plays for them and to give them an opportunity. How about this play?
Pretty good, you know. I mean, I don't know that Sean Payton anticipated that it would be as open as what it was, but he sure window dressed it up pretty good. You know, they're able to do the action there in the backfield, get the ball back to Jameis Winston, and Traquan Smith does an excellent job of selling it as though he is blocking. And yeah, it's fun when it works.
Well, in this matchup of two quarterbacks that are going to...
Yeah, that's a lot of excitement there and certainly changed the momentum of this game.
Chad Henne off the bench with a big game today. A couple of big plays late for Kansas City. This one's aired out. Pass is intercepted by Marcus Williams.
And does he get his feet in?
Left foot down. Right foot out. But that was a third down and one play. It appears like this will be overturned. So instead of Brady's 6th interception against the Saints, it just goes down as an incomplete pass as they try to air it out on 3rd and 1.
Yeah, 3rd and short, got one-on-one, thought he could take a shot.
Nose of the football down, punted end over end. Flag is down on the play as Marquez Callaway goes nowhere.
During the kick, personal foul, face mask, receiving team number 23. This penalty will be half the distance to the goal from the end of the kick It's first down.
Kill, kill! Kill, kill! Here we go, here we go. Ready. Mike 5-4. No, Mike 4-5. Blue 80. Let's not.
Kamara, pretty good blocking out in front of him. Turns that into a 6-yard carry.
80. Set.
Breeze finds his man, completes to Sanders.
I know Breeze really likes this guy. The way he approaches the game, the way he practices, he's been awesome.
Breeze throws, pass caught. There he is again. Drew Brees called him one of his best teammates he's ever had. Here's one for Kamara. Outruns one tackler and is popped out of bounds short of first down yardage by Antoine Winfield.
Ready. Jim. Ready. Set. Hot.
Well, this is going to be against the Saints. You saw the initial indication false start, and that will take any drama out of it. Make it 4th and 7. Again, the defender did not get into the neutral zone.
False start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
Was close, but yeah, he was able to stay out of it, and now they are going to punt.
So the Buccaneers will get it back. 2:42 left in the half. Brady just has 4 completions in the game. Third down and 7. Underneath, pass is caught. Fournette is able to get first down yardage, it appears.
That's a great job by Leonard Fournette, just taking the check down and then knowing where he had to get to and just going and getting it. You know, a lot of times these backs, they get a check down and they lollygag around a little bit and they don't know, the urgency that's required. He just went and got it. That's really great work on him in what I thought was a really critical third down for this offense.
Brady over the middle, pass is caught. That's Godwin.
And given the one-on-one looks and playing single high safety, but they're changing it up pretty good.
Here's a well set up screen to Fournette. Just got tripped up, but he takes it into Saints territory to the 49 for 14. Bucks all 3 timeouts. They let it run just over a minute. Brady throws and incomplete for Godwin. Gardner Johnson, the ejection whisperer. Here is Fournette. They're riding number 28, and he gives Tampa Bay a first down.
And they did on that play.
Brady dropped the snap. Now to the sideline, and somehow that play still happens. Clock will run as Antonio Brown makes the catch, and they're going to give him 10. Breeze 10 for 17.
There's that last throw across the field, and pretty tight cut. 20 years there in New England, and it is maddening to him to have those types of penalties.
Brady throws out of the reach of Gronkowski.
Where these safeties are given their help.
2nd and 15, end zone. Godwin, he's got it with a feet down, now incomplete as the ball comes out. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Each kicker is 2 for 2. Each team has a touchdown, and we are tied at 13. And we will welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. I'm Joe Buck. That is Troy Aikman. We've seen one play from scrimmage for more than 16 yards. Not a lot of offense to talk about after a half.
No, not a lot of offense. And I think if you're the Saints, you feel like you've kind of allowed Tampa to stay in it. They've got the interception, of course, that set up the touchdown that they were able to get. And then if you're Tampa Bay, you're saying, hey, we didn't even play our best football. In fact, we didn't play well at all until that last drive offensively. And yet here it is, a 13-13 game.
And win this game.
Montgomery tries the left side, outruns Devin White. And he's got a first down for the Saints. Coming off 5 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown, his only one of the season against Chicago. Kamara with a nice carry on first down, gets 8. Turn for a touchdown, called back because of a penalty. Was turned in by Deontay Harris, and we haven't seen Harris really since then. Gain of 2 here by Breeze, and he converts for a first down.
Over the pile, exposing himself, and he runs it there for the first down.
Kamara on first down, breaks loose, spins to the 35.
What a find by Mickey Loomis and Jeff Ireland in the 3rd round.
Saints had run it 6 straight times. Now Montgomery makes the catch. Has another first down to the 16.
Easy, kill. Ready. Bingo. Ready, set.
End zone, Smith spinning, and they got it for the touchdown. What a catch. What a throw. They've met 7 times in the NFL, and Breeze is 5-2 in those matchups, although not all they're doing, obviously. That's the way it's categorized.
So here we go. You just heard the announcer say that Drew Brees is 5-2 against Tom Brady's teams. And immediately they realize what they're saying, and they're like, oh, if Drew Brees is 5-2 against Tom Brady, then Drew Brees must be better than Tom Brady. And then so they have to backtrack and say, well, I mean, he's 5-2, but it's not all they're doing. You know, that's just how they categorize it. They just give the wins to Drew Brees, but just because he won doesn't mean he's better. That's the logic that they're using. And it's true. I mean, Drew Brees doesn't play against Tom Brady. Tom Brady doesn't play against the other quarterbacks. They play against the other defense. So Drew Brees winning 5 of the 7 matchups has nothing to do with Tom Brady. Like, Drew Brees, to me, is a better quarterback than Tom Brady just because he's a better thrower of the ball. Like, he's just a better athlete. He's a better scrambler. He's a better, like, you know, Drew Brees, just from my eyes and from just what I see on the field, I just feel like Drew Brees is a better quarterback. And the stats don't mean that, just like the announcers just said, the stats that Tom Brady has lost 5 times to Drew Brees doesn't mean that Drew Brees is better. And that's true. The stats don't mean he's better. Your eyeballs mean he's better. When you watch him play, that means he's better. So I find it ironic, and I find it hypocritical, and I find it just plain dumb that people use that kind of logic. Like, oh, Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls, so that means that he's the best quarterback. No, that doesn't mean he's the best quarterback. That just means that he was on the quarterback of that team that won the game like 7 times. It's not just the quarterback that wins the game. And like they try to dismiss Drew Brees winning 5 times. It's not just the quarterback that led to those wins. It's the defense, it's the special teams, it's the coaches, it's the way the game was called, it's the breaks. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things that go into winning a game. So, yeah, Drew Brees won 5 times, but that doesn't mean anything, supposedly.
Buck's longest play just 16 yards from scrimmage. Antonio Brown on the sideline. He's been out there during this possession. This one is intercepted. Now incomplete is the call. C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Pressure by Demario Davis. And this one, let's see if it skips in or was trapped. And it definitely was trapped.
Yeah, it was. That was not a very good route. Was that on that route?
Godwin.
But, yeah, it was Chris Godwin, and that was not good at all.
Okay, so right here, you see Brady throw the pass to Godwin, and the announcers say, oh, that wasn't a very good route by Godwin because Brady threw a low ball, and it almost got picked, and it should have been picked, but the defender didn't come up with it. But that's not because Brady didn't throw a bad pass. That's just the defender just didn't make the play. So because it wasn't an interception, then Brady's not, it wasn't a bad pass. That's just an excuse. And then two, the receiver ran a bad route, because the announcers can't say, oh, that was a bad ball from Brady. Like, people will not say the truth about what we're watching with our eyes. I'm watching this game, and here it is on tape. Here is the video. Brady threw a low ball. He could have led the receiver. The receiver had a step on the defender, but he threw it low and inside where the defender had the best chance of getting it, and there was nothing Godwin could have done except interfered with the pass, and luckily he didn't catch it. But we see that on video. We see the replay. We see that Godwin has a step on the defender, and we see that Brady put the ball in a bad location, and that's a bad pass. We know that guys like Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson and many other quarterbacks can make better throws than Tom Brady can make. But for whatever reason, Tom Brady's the best. And it's not for whatever reason. It's because, the refs have cheated so many times to get his teams into the Super Bowl. And, cheated so many other teams out of chances to get to the Super Bowl, and cheated so many other teams out of Super Bowl wins, like the Rams and like the Raiders and like so many other teams. But, I'm just rambling. Here's the video evidence. Bad pass, but that's what our eyes say. But the media says, no, Brady's the best. He doesn't throw bad passes. It's the receiver's fault.
Callaway back. Good punt. Fair catch. Just inside the 15.
You can definitely spot his guys in pregame warmups all around the league. He's had quite an impact on our game.
No doubt. Here's one for Sanders, and he is wrapped up by Devin White.
Sanders and let him run, but Devin White sniffed it out.
Here's Kamara now. He runs into Sue.
On a quarterback, really a heck of a player. Great career for him.
Ready, like 45. Watch the ball, watch the ball. We're waiting, set.
They're down and 8. Breeze airs it out, and this one is broken up. Flag is thrown. Sean Murphy bunting on Traquan Smith. The flag is down, and so's Murphy bunting.
Yeah, he might have got a hold. Sean Murphy bunting. Yep, there's that left hand grabbing the jersey.
Pass interference. Defense number 23. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
He's out.
We're waiting, set.
3rd down and 2. Quick throw. Cook makes the catch. First down. Ball's out and into the arms of Devin White. It's a takeaway by this defense after Winfield, the rookie, forced the fumble.
They got exactly what they wanted. It was a man beater, and they come up in man coverage, 3rd and short, and they get the rub. Jared Cook is wide open, and just an excellent job by Winfield, who was beat, coming in under and behind him and knocking the ball out. They needed a play. You see the rub there, and that's what frees up Cook. It's just a great job by the rookie. What a year he has had for this defense.
Only 2 turnovers in the game, both by the Saints. Off the field, so we'll keep an eye on that. Their left tackle. Brady with play action. He finds Brate. And Cameron Brate.
And that was another one. That would have been their 5th if they'd been able to get it off.
Still, they have a 19-yard completion, their longest play of the game. Handoff here to Jones. Ronald Jones is able to push the pile for about 10. And he did get 10 and a first down. Postseason included, leading the way in the NFL this year with points off turnovers. They have 7 in this game, looking for more. Here's Jones, covers up to the 6. Good protection, pass is incomplete. Brate and Evans the closest to it. Shy Tuttle had pressure eventually that forced that throw.
Tight man coverage with all kinds of time for Brady, and just nobody able to free up for him. Like if he'd been able to catch Mike Evans working across that back line, hard to do when you're under duress.
Okay, so right here, we are seeing Tom Brady. He's watching Mike Evans running from the left side of the end zone over to the right side of the end zone. And he recognizes that he has a step on the defender, and he throws it to where Mike Evans is going to be, but he doesn't put enough mustard on it because Tom Brady doesn't have the arm to make those throws. He's just not that type of passer. You know, you see Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes and Kyler Murray and guys like that. You would see them throw these lasers, you know, straight through the end zone, right to the receiver. And you can see where Brady's trying to go with the ball, but it just comes up way short. And not even the tight end had a chance at it. And he wasn't aiming for the tight end. The angle and the trajectory that he threw the ball was going right to where Mike Evans was going to be. Just didn't put enough on it. Couldn't make the throw. Didn't get the touchdown because he's not that type of quarterback. He's not that elite type of Aaron Rodgers gunslinger, Brett Favre gunslinger arm talent. That's not who Tom Brady is. Tom Brady has just been in the right place at the right time so many times, and it's worked out for him. But that's not a measure of talent. That's just what happened. Like, things happen because they happen. Things don't happen because they have to happen. Things happen just because things happen. Anybody can win any given Sunday. You've heard the phrase because it means really that anyone can win, even Tom Brady, even 7 times, even when he's not the best. And it's possible. And we know it's possible because it happened. So didn't happen because it had to happen. It just happened.
3rd down and 5. Good protection again. Pass caught. Touchdown, Fournette. Buccaneers turn that takeaway into at least 6 as they pull to within 1, and the extra point coming up.
Yeah, one-on-one on Alex Anzalone. One-on-one on him. Right here is Alex Anzalone, number 47. He's going to be in coverage, and then he's got to make a move on him, which he does, and catch the ball. He dropped one earlier in this game that he could have caught going to the sidelines. This one he almost drops.
Okay, so right here you could see Brady dumps it off short to Fournette. Fournette bobbles the ball and falls into the end zone. Ball hits the ground, and it's not a touchdown because he didn't have control of the ball. Ball hit the ground. That's an incomplete pass. I believe that was 3rd down, so it should be 4th down now. Not to say that they can't come back and get a short touchdown right here this close to the goal line after the rookie forced the fumble and put them here. So again, Brady didn't put them here. The defense put them here with a turnover, put them on a short field. They had some good running on the run game. Yeah, Brady did hit a pass to the tight end. But as you can see, Breeze hit a pass to the tight end, and then the tight end gets stripped, and then the other team gets the ball. So just because you complete a pass to somebody, it doesn't mean anything. Anything can happen at any time. Somebody can strip it. You can fumble it. You can drop it. Just because things happen doesn't mean it was destiny and it had to happen and there was no other option to happen because I'm the best and only the best things can happen to me. Those are all just possibilities in an infinite universe of infinite things that can happen. There is no destiny. There is no fate. There is no I'm the best, so this is the only outcome, and the outcome is proof that I'm the best. That's not a real thing. That's not how this world works. It's not a legitimate thing to think. Like you have to be dumb or crazy or I don't know what if that's what you believe. But the fact is that on this 3rd down, Brady throws an incompletion here to Fournette that gets counted as a touchdown. And again, not to say they can't score a touchdown, but they didn't score a touchdown, but they gave it to him anyway because Tom Brady's the best, and it doesn't matter if that it wasn't a touchdown. We're just going to give it to him because he's so good that he deserves it. Like, see, everything leads to something else. Like, things happen, and then you get results. So the results... Like I can't explain like logic in real life events to you guys. Like you either have to understand or you don't. This was not a touchdown. Maybe they kick a field goal, and maybe all the other things that led to this point. You know, if they're called differently or if they happen differently, the Saints are up by 3 touchdowns right now. But none of the combination of possible events mean that Brady is the best because none of them were due to Brady. You know what I mean? The turnover that put him on the short field wasn't because Brady's the best. That's because the defense played well. You know what I mean? But he's going to get all the credit for the win. in a game that they probably shouldn't even have won. It's just all these things are happening that are all benefiting his team. And he's not, a warlock on the sideline with his mind making these things happen from the bench as he sits there. They're just happening, and they can happen to anybody. Like, it's an infinite universe. Anything can happen. Anyone can win. Any number of events can happen in any sequence. And there are infinite possibilities. And just because they happen that way, and again, just because the defense put the Bucs here in this situation, doesn't mean that Brady is the best. Like, how you get from this to Brady is the best with no direct connection is absolutely mind-boggling, and it's hilarious that you're that unintelligent to make that, false equivalency. But, it is what it is. I was just cursed to be on this planet.
Montgomery lets it go over his head and into the end zone.
So to really back these guys off, you can see you got 10 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Now here's another one, another late hit on Drew Brees. I didn't call one earlier. Same situation here. You got a heavy pass rush on Brees. First guy jumps after Brees. Brees gets rid of the ball quickly. First guy doesn't bring him down. Second guy, after the ball is clearly released, can let up and not hit the quarterback with a late hit, but he says, I'm just going to hit the quarterback with a late hit anyway, and they're not going to call it, and they don't. So this should be a late hit, 15-yard penalty. Move the Saints forward, keep the ball moving forward. But of course, they're not going to make the correct call. They're not going to call the late hit. They're not going to, do not pass go, do not collect $200, go straight to jail. You're losing this game because we're not going to do anything correct to help you out or bail you out or just do the right thing.
Has to throw it away. He was under heavy pressure. Callaway, the target, and Brees ends up on the turf.
And that has continued with the Saints here in this game.
Leo! Like 4-5. Ready. Ready, set.
White coming on a blitz. Pass is broken up. Jamel Dean.
Ready, set.
Now 3rd down and 9. Brees backpedaling, and this one's broken up. Kamara the target. Ross Cockrell was there for Tampa Bay. 27, 128 yards.
27.
Because of 2 takeaways, 2 touchdowns on short fields. Handoff to Ronald Jones, who missed last week with the quad injury. Showing some burst here, gets 6. Brady and Brees have thrown for under 250 yards. 2nd down and 4. Here is Jones, who carried on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down a yard short of a 1st down. Got 3.
The quarterback. And on the other side, you've got Drew Brees. It doesn't get any better.
3rd down and 1. Jones for the 1st down plus. Ronald Jones. Flag is down back inside the 30. And with the way Sean Hockley is reacting, he's pulling everybody back downfield.
They might get Ryan Jensen, the center. I don't know. He came out fast.
Number 78. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
Not only do they lose a 44-yard run, but Ronald Jones ends up limping back to the bench.
Kristen Wirfs is the one. There's the hold. Looked to me like they might have been able to get the center, Ryan Jensen, as well.
Makes it 3rd and 11 now. The throw is, what a catch! That is one of the best catches you'll ever see. It's 15 yards, and it's unbelievable hands by the rookie Tyler Johnson.
That is incredible. A guy who just had 12 catches during the regular season is able to, the body control. I mean, this ball was away, wide and away. That's about as tough as it gets. It's one thing to adjust to a throw. That's just a great job to convert.
Tyler Johnson. Wow. 2nd and 6. Here's Fournette. Gets a yard. Cam Jordan made the stop. 3rd down and 5. A rare Scotty Miller sighting. And that's who Brady goes to. And he's got him. A flag is thrown at the end of the play, maybe on the tackle, and Scotty Miller is first target. And there's actually 2 flags, and both fouls appear to be against New Orleans.
Just enough of a double move to get Janoris Jenkins biting on the out route. And Scotty Miller then takes it right up the sideline. He's got to beat the safety, Marcus Williams. Brady does with the football, and he does. And Miller protects himself. But that's a really nice call, knowing that the Saints were going to be jumping anything quick.
There was no foul for a hit to the head of the pass receiver.
Big-time contributions in a big game.
Here's Jones back in the ball game, spins and takes it down to the 19. He got just enough for the rookie linebacker, Zach Bond. They stay with Jones. He gets a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
In the red zone, those are the two most targeted guys for Tampa Bay.
Brady throws. Gronk can't make the catch, out of his reach. The completion to Johnson, the completion to Miller. What's it going to be here? Pass is broken up. Lattimore got in front of the target, Miller. It's fourth down. 36-yard try here for Suckup. He's got it, and this is lead change number 3.
Open, although should have been a touchdown for the Bears also.
Well, here's the first play to Kamara. 100 yards from scrimmage, 81 rushing, 20 receiving. Montgomery, again, no Latavius Murray, who's so good as the backup and a good player for a long time.
Michael Thomas without a catch in this game.
3rd down and 6. Breeze completes, and a first down. The catch and the launch by Emmanuel Sanders. Montgomery, who had just the one game where he really made an impact. Still no catches for Michael Thomas. You see the total yards in the game, 2nd and 8. Breeze throws, and he's picked by Devin White. Another turnover, and White picks his way down the sideline. Takeaway number 3 for this Tampa Bay defense.
Watch Devin White right in the middle, and Kamara's thinking he's going to get this ball further up the field. He's not even looking, and Devin White, cluing in on the quarterback, is able to adjust and undercut that throw. Kamara is thinking he's going to get it down the field beyond the linebacker level. There was a hole there. So just total miscommunication. You see Breeze, he's upset. I don't know if he's upset with himself or if Kamara was supposed to do something a little bit differently, but it doesn't matter. The result is an interception, Devin White, and they have set now Tampa Bay up on the 20-yard line, and this defense is going to have to be able to come up with another stop.
Okay, so my takeaway from everything that just happened and what Troy Aikman just said is that Alvin Kamara thought he had a hole ahead of the linebacker, and he thought Breeze was going to hit him in that hole. Breeze thought Kamara was going to stop short, so he threw it short. They were on the wrong page. Because of that, the linebacker was able to make the interception and run it back and put the Bucs in position to score again. If that miscommunication didn't happen, then the Saints would have probably marched down the field and been in scoring position or whatever it may be, chewed up clock, whatever the situation is. But because of their mistake, linebacker capitalizes, Bucs get the ball up close, and all that only happened because Tom Brady is the best. Tom Brady wasn't even on the field. He had no impact on that play. But everybody's logic says that, well, Tom Brady was on the sideline and he's a warlock and he was shooting laser eyes at the Saints and they were scared, so they made a mistake because of Tom Brady. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. That is the dumbest. Like, you can't be serious. That cannot be a real thought process. That can't be a real reasoning. You got to be shitting me. You got to be joking. But people really say shit like that. Like, the Bucs won this game because of Tom Brady. No, they're not. They're not. A, the Bucs defense is winning this game. B, they have a fucking excellent run game that nobody's able to stop. C, the referees aren't calling a fair game. There's been a ton of holding calls, late hits that they're not calling against the Bucs that would extend drives for the Saints and allow them to score or at least maintain possession longer. But instead, they're turning the ball over and the Bucks are getting the ball, and they're not calling these on the Bucks. So they're swaying the game in the Bucks' favor with the officiating. The defense is playing lights out. The run game is lights out. Tom Brady's had a couple of nice passes, maybe like 2, maybe 3 at the most, but he's not the lights out guy on this team. He's just holding it together. He's barely doing enough to not lose the game. The Saints could be running away with the game if it wasn't for the defense, if it wasn't for the lopsided officiating. There are a ton of factors that are causing the Saints to not have blown this game out of the water, and it's not Tom Brady. I don't know what game you guys are watching, but here's the clips. I'm showing you the clips. I don't know what the hell you're seeing, but you are wrong, and the video shows it. Simple.
All 3 takeaways have ended up giving Tampa Bay field position inside New Orleans territory. Brady throws. He's got Gronk. And Gronk is set up first and goal.
Keep an eye on him here. He's the single receiver. Everyone else is at the top. He can work one-on-one here with Malcolm Jenkins.
The hand here, Jones is upended by Jenkins. Brady's going to take it. Touchdown. Tom Brady has got the touchdown on the carry from just outside the 1.
Last week, but they went with the guy who they knew could get the ball down the field. Now the ball has to get down the field, and we'll see whether or not it happens. They're going to play man coverage across the board with 2 deep safeties. Hard to get open against.
Pass underneath to Kamara, off his hands, and there's this kid.
Deep, and then their man all across in front. So they got safety help.
Here's Cook, knocked out by David. 3rd down and 4. They hand to Kamara. He got up to the 35 and a first down.
Well, they've got to get somebody down the middle or up the sideline.
Breeze able to step into this one. This one's up for grabs and picked. Intercepted by Mike Edwards. As it was tipped by Levante David, and this defense has had some day here in New Orleans for Tampa Bay. Takeaway number 4.
It's that 2 deep man underneath coverage, Joe, that allows Levante David to play underneath the route. So he's underneath the route. He's able to then get a hand on the ball. And that, the question is, was he able to get his feet in? And it sure looks like he did.
Yes, he did.
He sure did. Mike Edwards being able to come back off the deflection, make a play on it. 4 takeaways for this defense. Just a great job. Like I said, these are contested throws, and you try to work a 2-on-1 on the safety, get some verticals, but they've just not shown an ability or even a willingness, really, to get the ball down the field at all. This Tampa defense has just clamped down on these receivers throughout the game. It's been quite a year.
It's 3rd down and 3, and that's going to do it. That'll take this game to the 2-minute warning as Fournette, who's had another strong game, has a 5-yard pickup and a first down. And Brady is well on his way to his 14th conference championship game. And he's about to go to 14-2 in the divisional round. 2 minutes left. First down, Tampa Bay. When we come back, as the Bucks are about to stamp their ticket for a trip to Green Bay. That Brett Favre did in his first year with the Minnesota Vikings, got them all the way into this stadium for the NFC Championship game back in 2009. They lost in overtime to Drew Brees and the Saints. We were there for that. But look at the numbers for Brett Favre on the left in 2009 and the numbers for Tom Brady this year. They're comparable.
They sure are. Yeah, that was Favre's probably his best year of his career. This has been up there for Tom Brady. And Joe Montana, another one at 37 years old when he went to Kansas City and took them to the AFC Championship in 1993. So, think back, though, Joe. We had that game week 6 when Tampa hosted Green Bay, and That was Aaron Rodgers' worst game of the season, the entire team's worst game of the season. So they have faced each other. Tampa won that game. Much different story, as we've talked about there at Lambeau. But just want to give props to this offensive line. Talked about the job that they were going to have to do running the football and at least staying with it. They averaged 4 yards a carry running the ball and 130 yards rushing and protected Tom Brady. So a great job by everybody. A great win for Tampa.
The difference in this game, the turnovers.
So there you have it. All glory goes to Brady. My eyes tell me that the defense won this game. There were some missed calls or some bad calls or whatever you want to call it. There was some officiating that really helped out Tampa Bay and prevented the Saints from doing what they wanted to do or what they needed to do or what they were going to do. And yeah, I mean, the way the defense played for Tampa Bay and the way their run game was, you could have put Ryan Fitzpatrick there. You could have had Jameis Winston in there. You could have had anybody. You could have had Marcus Mariota in there. Any quarterback in the league could have been on that team under center for Tampa Bay, and they were going to win that game. The way the game was called by the referees, the way the defense played, and the way the run game was going, it didn't matter who the quarterback was as long as you didn't have, I don't know, like who's the worst quarterback in the league. I couldn't think of a quarterback off the top of my head that would have lost that game with just terrible play. Again, Tom Brady didn't play bad, but he didn't show in this game, like he doesn't show in most games, that he's the best player that's ever thrown a football. And because that just simply isn't true. He just does what he needs to do on his part and lets the other teammates do what they got to do. And then he just milks it. And, you know, kudos to him for milking it, but that doesn't mean he's the greatest. It doesn't take the greatest to win a game like that. It just takes a game manager to win a game like that. That's the part that people need to understand.